You guys, what the actual f is going on? Then we're sitting in the airport parking lot. My oil light comes on. My heater absolutely pegs in the truck, so thing's overheating, and coolant smoke just starts coming barreling out of the vents. I don't know what to do. I'm just going to recap this, you guys. I'll go into more detail about this when I get around to making a video. But as you know, my buddy Orville came up all the way from Montana, about 15 hours away, to a drifting event. We had a blast, but everything now has just gone downhill. I'm fixing a VW. Took 7 hours to get the lug nuts off. Went to 7 different stores. Couldn't find the tool anywhere, so that got... Then had to weld onto the keyed lug nuts to get them off. Axle nut will not come off. This picture will show that. Then I had a customer today, had an issue with the manufacturer's date and the VIN and the production of got the wrong parts, long story short. Then we go to pick up my buddy's girlfriend because she has to drive him back because he blew his knee out last night. So I spent half the day in the hospital getting x-rays, told him he couldn't drive. So she got a ticket, you know, it's like an emergency, got off work, started flying out here. Now we have rain and poor weather and tornado warning. So we go to the airport to pick her up. She landed about 3 hours away, and now my truck's overheating. So this is about how this whole car project has gone. Got my first Bang Energy. Will my heart blow up? Stay tuned. The flavor is, it looks like cotton candy colors, frosted unicorn nuts, something like that. So we'll see what that does. So on top of these being way too fucking tight, when I say way too fucking tight, I mean way too fucking tight. All right, guys, so we are on day 2 or 3, I think, of trying to get the transmission out of this Tiguan, and I'm going to show you this. I'm super proud of this, actually. Welder, can of penetrating oil, wheel chock, propane on this axle nut. It's OSHA approved, right? So Orville's still with me. He's helping me out, trying to get some of this stuff done. How long do you think it took us to get this wheel off?
Oh, man, I don't know.
6 hours? Yeah, 7 hours. I'll show you the stud here. This is what happened, you guys. So the customer bought this thing used from the dealer. We contacted the dealer, couldn't get him to borrow us a wheel nut key. Went to 7 stores trying to find the pound-on sockets that work to get these off. To grab one, and these are what we were after to try to get these wheel locks off, and none of the sizes fit. I don't know where the wheel is, and none of these sizes fit just the way the wheel was designed. We couldn't get this to fit on there, any of the sizes that were big enough. These wouldn't work, so we ended up pounding on a 12-point socket, and then you can't see it now because I fucked it up, but this outer portion of this lock key actually broke free from the stud, and this whole thing was spinning. So tried everything, guys. I was trying to get this socket off. I tried cutting into it and cracking it like you would a race on a wheel bearing. I tried all sorts of shit, and it wasn't working at all. Ended up welding on the inside and tacking that ring back on so that the socket could actually pull this out. But we got to replace all 4 for this customer. I just said I need a break from this, so we're going to work on getting the transmission pulled out. We got to do a front cover, and then we'll deal with this again. So I might have to buy 3 more 12-point 22s and do the exact same thing again, which sucks. So you want to be a drifter?
Yes, I do. Oh, wait, I am a drifter. I'm just not a pro yet.
Dude, this thing is sick. Like, I never thought I'd say a Sebring's cool in the video, but it's even got a manual. So we're working on getting this thing hot, and I think it's been on there like 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes so far. So I want to leave it on there for a good while because we got the Mac Daddy Milwaukee, and this gun, you guys, has never failed me. I've never not been able to take something off with this, and you know, it's struggled before, but this thing's great. We only got about half a battery charge, so that could be part of it. Sometimes, oddly enough, I've had it depend on the length of the socket you're using. This is a 24 millimeter 12 point, so I only have a chrome short, and we're gonna try to rip this thing off of here. We got another battery on the charger, so hopefully between the heat and a fully charged battery. Can you start praying? Some kumbayas? There's no car gods around. Hopefully we can get this off.
It's just gonna take time. This is a patience game right here.
More heat.
Yeah, more heat. And if you don't want to get too crazy with the heat, just give it some time and we'll just keep hitting it throughout the...
Trooper, man.
Well, yeah, you don't have a choice. The mountains are not forgiving.
No,
there's
they're
no
not.
room for mistakes up there.
Give us a thumbs up. And the universe keeps testing us. So, you know, you came up from a drift event from Montana and you end up shattering your knee doing what?
Rollerblading.
Rollerblading.
It worked when I was 14.
So you guys, we're at my parents' place in my old man's shop because we have the GTI in my garage, and we were tearing apart this Sienna to put a tie rod end in it, right? Well, universe testing us again. So this is the new boot. This is the old one. You can see where I cut it to get the tie rod off, replacing the inner. One of these things is not like the other. So between a crossover manufacturing / model year date, this claimed to be a 2011 tie rod end. But after a little research, you can clearly see it is not. This is an 11 that was manufactured in 2010, so they listed this as the tie rod that would fit, and I called my old parts guy at Toyota, and no, buy the entire rack. So that's obviously not going to work for us, so I found one, but it's a ways out, and this thing was on there pretty tight, and let's see if you can see. It is not in very good shape. So yeah, we go from working on a VW that we can't get apart to welding onto the lug nuts to get the lug nuts apart. Then we can't get the axle nut off, and now here we sit. This is great. Be a mechanic, they said. It'll be fun.
It's not fun.
No.
It's hard work.
It's terrible.
We don't get paid enough for it.
Don't get paid. I don't know. You got paid?
I didn't get paid.